Well, greetings, friends, and welcome to today's devotion here on Extraordinary Connection. I'm glad you're able to take a few minutes to spend with us here, and hopefully this time can be a time of learning and reflection for you as we all continue to learn and grow as Christians and as people. And as I was preparing this message, it dawned on me that this is the last devotion I'm going to be recording in my current appointment. I, like several of my colleagues here on the site and many others across the state and country, are preparing or already in the process of transitioning from one appointment to another. And while this is the first appointment that I'm personally leaving, I've been around the church long enough to know that this can be a difficult time. It can be difficult for the church, it can be difficult for the members, and it can be difficult for the pastor and their family as they leave one church behind, as they move to another. And like so many other events of the past several months, this transition time is made even more difficult by the current state of things. Even as some of the restrictions have started lifting, some things are opening up again, we still have to be cautious. We still have to do our part to protect those most vulnerable amongst us, to do no harm. Part of that for me was requesting that we did not have a gathering of people for a going away celebration, no large gathering that we might normally have under these circumstances of a pastoral transition. Please don't get me wrong, it's not because I didn't want to. I would have liked nothing more than for the chance to see everyone. But I also know that seeing would have had to have been the extent of what our gathering could have been. We would have had to stand at a distance with our masks, perhaps. It wouldn't have been a gathering that any of us really wanted. Because if we were there, I would have wanted to greet them, to shake hands, to give hugs, to be able to express my gratitude for everything they've done for me and my family these past 5 years. But of course, doing those things, it wouldn't have been the safe thing to do. Especially add in the fact that I may be a bit of a crier when it comes down to it. I figured having those tears flowing, the noses running, would have been into even greater risk should someone have been unknowingly sick with the virus. It was a difficult decision to have to make. It's one that still brings me a great deal of sadness as I spend my final days here in Blissfield. And last week I was talking to another clergy who's in a similar situation. Recently told me he's too struggling with saying goodbye, how to do so. But he said he recently had come across a verse. It was from 1 John, and he shared it with me, and I wanted to share it with all of you here today. It's found in 1 John chapter 4, it's verses 7 through 12. Beloved, let us love one another, because love is from God. Everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Whoever does not love does not know God, for God is love. God's love was revealed among us in this way. God sent his only Son into the world so that we might live through him. In this is love, not that we loved God, but that he loved us and sent his Son to be the atoning sacrifice for our sins. Beloved, since God loved us so much, we also ought to love one another. No one has ever seen God. If we love one another, God lives in us, and his love is perfected in us. Reading these verses served as a reminder to me that even if I cannot gather with my churches right now, it doesn't change the fact of how much I love them and that they love me. It's been an amazing journey being in ministry together, laughing together, crying together, celebrating together, serving the Lord together. And during that time, I have developed a deep love for my churches and the people in them, for both Emmanuel and Lambertville. And I've felt that love reciprocated by so many in so many different ways. And even if we can't celebrate together, that love does not diminish. My hope is that as our journey together ends, we'll be able to take that love, to acknowledge that God is living in us, and that we'll be able to continue to spread that love to others. Just as it's so freely been shared with me by so many in my churches, and hopefully by me to my churches, we'll be able to share that with others. That we'll be able to have that love perfected in and through us as we continue to make disciples of Jesus Christ. I've already had my last Sunday with my Lambertville church. It was last week, but as a part of that last service, they had current and former youth members that I've worked with over the years. They shared their memories and stories, and it was so wonderful to hear them. And to close the service, they asked Pastor Tom Zimmerman, who'd been a mentor and example to me for so many years that we worked together. They asked Tom to record a video, and it included him playing his guitar and singing a song that has been our youth group anthem for all the years that I've been a part of it, frankly. It's a simple song that we sing around the campfire, when we're on mission trips, in the youth room, on the church bus, or just about anywhere else that the youth bust out in song. But it was very special to be able to hear that song one last time with my Lambertville youth. And one of them had actually made a gift for me. She put our United Methodist cross on there, of course. Then hopefully you can see it. She also wrote the song lyrics to Sanctuary on it as well. And I love that I'll be able to take this reminder with me. A reminder of my time at Lambertville, but also a reminder that we are called to be a living sanctuary for God. That God lives in us, and when we embrace the love that has been offered to us, we cannot help but share it with others. We cannot help but love our brothers and sisters that we can see, even as we love and serve a God that we cannot. So I wanted to end today with a prayer. The words are the lyrics to the song Sanctuary, and I'm not going to be singing them. I'm not going to subject any of you to that because I love you too much. But I do pray that you'll hear these words as we depart today. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. God bless my friends, and take care.